Time now for the Morning Rush. We begin with Sarah Yingling. She's following breaking news for us this morning.
APD has just reopened the north and southbound lanes of 4th Street underneath I-40, as well as the exit ramp onto the 2nd and 4th Streets. Police say this was all in regards to a shooting investigation. They say the victim was dropped off at a hospital. At one point, CSI and numerous officers were on scene for several hours, combing through the area with flashlights.
Also breaking this morning, one person dead after being struck by a vehicle. Police say it happened shortly after 10:30 last night at Central in Wyoming. No word as to who may be at fault or if the driver will be cited for this. That intersection has since been reopened.
The names of the 3 remaining victims of last week's deadly bus crash have been identified. They are 66-year-old Emmett Stoker and 27-year-old Raymond Michael Albrecht. Now, at this time, officials are not releasing the name of the 3rd victim because OMI says he was likely homeless. Now, 6 days ago, a semi-truck had a blowout on I-40, causing it to cross the median into oncoming traffic and hit a Greyhound bus head-on, killing 8 people. Kristen?
Storms and showers likely today over northern and eastern New Mexico. That's where we have the best coverage. Some of these will be strong to potentially severe thunderstorms isolated here in the metro later on today, but we do look to see even better coverage as we transition into tomorrow.
A federal judge could decide today if the 5 Amalia compound suspects will be released. Just last week, all 5 suspects were charged by the FBI on federal firearms and conspiracy charges. This after the state charges were dropped. Now the government is asking that they be held until trial. One of the suspects, Janie Lavelle, a Haitian immigrant, is charged with having a gun while being in the country illegally. The other 4 suspects are charged with conspiring to give her that gun. We'll let you know what happens.
The state Supreme Court could hear oral arguments on straight ticket voting next week. Secretary of State Maggie Toulouse-Oliver says she brought straight ticket voting back to make voting quicker and easier. Straight ticket voting lets voters cast a single vote for all candidates in one party. Now, the Albuquerque Journal reports top state Republicans and Libertarians filed a petition with the Supreme Court, and that's because they argued that straight ticket voting benefits Democrats.
Today, Los Lunas Schools is swearing in 5 new resource officers. The district says there are 15 schools in the district. Each school will have an armed officer on campus. They say it's all to improve safety, school safety rather. In the wake of recent school shootings, security has been a top priority for many school districts. The district says one is a former UNM police officer, 2 others retired APD officers.
Arizona's governor is appointing former U.S. Senator Jon Kyl to temporarily fill late Senator John McCain's seat in the U.S. Congress. Now, Kyl's appointment means the Republican attorney will now have a vote on Kavanaugh's confirmation. That's something that Republicans are happy about. Kyl had already been guiding the president's pick through the confirmation process. Now, Kyl will hold the seat until the special election in 2020.
Tropical storm Gordon continues to pose a threat this morning. It's already proving to be deadly. A child died when a tree fell onto a trailer in Pensacola, Florida. Tropical storm Gordon is the first named storm to make landfall in the continental U.S. this year. It came ashore west of the Mississippi-Alabama border shortly before midnight. The storm could dump as much as a foot of rain in some parts of the Gulf Coast. Kristen.
Today's Metro Threat Index at a 4, watching for those storms coming in later on tonight and continuing tomorrow. Canyon winds come before the rain, so get ready for the gusts up to about 40, even 50 miles per hour tonight. Those will loosen up as we transition into tomorrow morning. Crystal.
A local teen being praised this morning for his random act of kindness. Nathan Nguyen was heading to work at Dion's in the North Valley when he says he saw a woman fall down in the middle of the road. Without hesitation, he put his car in park and ran over to help her out. A passerby snapped photos of him. Nguyen had no idea about the post or the photos, saying he just responded the way his mom would have wanted him to. Good for him.
Well, the State Fair is just one day away, but before the gates can open, crews are putting some finishing touches on 2 new big rides. For the first time in State Fair history, a giant slide and an alpine ski lift type ride will appear at the State Fair. State Fair General Manager Dan Morning says the slide is the largest and tallest in America, and the ski lift will take you around the entire campus. Kristen?
Time for a check on traffic. Looking pretty good out there. As Sarah Yingling mentioned earlier, they have since cleared that police activity. So 4th Street is open in both directions, and the Big I looks good at the moment. We'll keep eyes on that throughout the morning.
Well, happening now, McDonald's is providing free breakfast to all New Mexico kindergarten through 8th graders, along with their teachers. Now, the event is happening now until 9 a.m. this morning. The restaurant will have a few different meal options available, and they say that all you need for the free school, or for the free meal rather, is a valid school ID.
What if you're a kindergartner? I know my kindergartner does not have an ID from school yet.
Gotta rely on Mom to vouch for her.
You know,
trust me, she's in kindergarten. Yeah.
Time now 6:53. As far as what's going on today, we've got mostly sunny skies to start, more cloud cover to finish, an isolated storm possible, but 84 degrees is our forecast high, and then that cold front moves in. This is going to crank up the winds. It's also going to give us some better rain coverage over northern and eastern New Mexico today. As we get you into tomorrow, we're going to see widespread storms over the state, and that's actually where I expect the significant rain chances to come in here in the metro before the weekend gets in, and that's going to bring drier air, sunny skies, warmer temperatures. That pesky high pressure won't leave us alone. So when it comes to the cheat sheet for today, we are looking at best coverage to the northeast and the mountains, temperatures in the 70s and 80s, and don't forget about those canyon winds tonight.
Start at number 5 here. A local teen being praised this morning for its random act of kindness. Nathan Nguyen says that's just what his mom raised him to do. He was heading to work at Dion's in the North Valley when he says he saw a woman fall down in the middle of the road. Without hesitation, he put his car in park, ran over to help her up. Photos were snapped and posted of Nguyen in action, many wanting to actually buy him a gift for his kind gesture.
At number 4, the State Fair kicks off tomorrow, and for the first time in fair history, a giant slide and an alpine ski lift type ride will be 2 of the new featured rides. State Fair General Manager Dan Morning says the slide is the largest and tallest in America, and the ski lift will take you around the entire campus. Now, another feature includes every Thursday, food vendors will offer a snack-sized version of one of their most popular menu items for $3, and the fair typically draws in about 500,000 people each year.
At number 3, looking at temperatures in the low to mid 80s for the next few days. Best storm coverage arrives overnight into tomorrow. Things starting to wind down on Friday. Still some leftover storms over the mountains this weekend, but everybody else, sunny skies and temperatures eventually back to those 90s by Monday afternoon.
Number 2 now. 2 men killed at a Bernalillo trailer campground on Monday had ties to the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. Bernalillo police responded to the call on Monday about a shooting inside a trailer. In the end, New Mexico State Police say 55-year-old Michael LaPlante and 70-year-old Fred Letty were both found dead of apparent gunshot wounds inside the trailer. According to state police, after Bernalillo police arrived at the home, Letty opened the door of the trailer, holding a revolver in his hand. A Bernalillo police officer fired multiple shots at Letty, who then went back inside the trailer and barricaded himself. SWAT teams later verified that both Letty and LaPlante were dead inside. Police are treating LaPlante's death as a homicide.
And at number 1, the 3 remaining victims of last week's deadly bus crash have been identified as 66-year-old Emmett Stoker and 27-year-old Raymond Michael Albrecht. Now, the name of the 3rd victim has not been released because OMI says he was likely homeless. Now, that crash happened last week when a semi-truck on I-40 suffered a blowout, causing it to cross the median into oncoming traffic and hit a Greyhound bus head-on, killing 8 people, including the bus driver.
News